Howdy folks, and welcome to 99 Quest Lore. Let's get started on Client of Kourend. There are no quest or skill requirements for this quest. The item requirement is 1 feather. It can be any type of feather except for those special gold feathers. The recommended teleports are 6 Kourend Castle teleports if you have 69 magic and have read the transportation incantations. But if you haven't, then I'd recommend 1 Glory Charge, Skills Necklace Charge, and Games Necklace Charge. The recommended items are 2 Agility Potions, Stamina Potions rather, and 80k coins if you have access to Fairy Rings to unlock the CIS Fairy Ring near the Dark Altar. Okay, so let's start the quest by talking to Veos in Port Sarim and selecting option 1, so he takes us to Kourend. And then let's talk to Veos again and select option 1 and 4. He says he has a client from the mainland interested in learning more about Kourend, and he wants you to gather information for him. His client is interested in the hierarchy and social organization of Kourend and how it differs from the mainland. He gives you a scroll which will reveal your writing to the client without any ink on the scroll itself. You get worried that you might be spying, but Veos assures you that you're not. His client just doesn't want people to know he's gathering information. Use your feather on the scroll to get an enchanted quill, and let's start by running north to the general store. Veos thinks that you'll get the most information by talking to the general store owners around Kourend, so you're going to run around and talk to a general store owner in every one of the 5 houses. Talk to Leens and select option 3 twice. She's really peppy and speaks in rhyme. She says that Port Piscarilius has great fishermen, traders, and pirates, all led by Piscarilius. Okay, now let's run southwest to the Great Road. She goes into detail about how ruthless a leader Shauna is. And let's run west along the road across the river. While explaining the benefits of gaining favor in Piscarilius, like catching anglerfish, one of her rhymes doesn't quite land. You tell her about it, and she gets pretty angry. She stops rhyming, and she threatens to hurt you. She says that you'd probably rather her continue to speak in bad rhymes. Then go north of the junction. At the first building to the east, open the door and talk to Regath. Select option 4, and then 3. He says he has knowledge that many would deem unsafe, and asks why he should trust you. You lie and say that you're a journalist from the mainland. Okay, now let's run west. Regath is excited to share the knowledge of his city's great library to many others, and he agrees to talk to you. He says Arceuus is led by Arceuus, who pushes the limit of knowledge surrounding magical abilities, souls, and runecrafting. And south of this junction, and then before you reach the Great Road again, run northwest along this path here. Arceuus has no concern for control or power, he just wants knowledge. Regath says you should gain favor because they have the knowledge of blood and soul runecrafting, which nobody else has. And in the second building to the south, open the door and talk to Munty. Select option 4 and 3 again. Munty says that Lovakengj has incredibly skilled blacksmiths who, under the leader of Lovakengj, are the best in the land. And run back east. He says favor should be gained because it allows you to create Shayzien armor and access the blast mine. Follow this path east and then go south. Enter the castle and then go through the door to the south. and follow the wooden road west. Okay, enter the first tent to the west, and talk to Jennifer. Select option 3 twice. Jennifer is happy to talk to you because it gets lonely while her mates are fighting in the war. Okay, now use your skills necklace to teleport to the Woodcutting Guild, and run directly east. When you ask Jennifer what the Shayzien people do, she responds asking what they don't do, saying that the Shayzien house is filled with officers led by their rigorous leader, Shayzien. Cross the river using the bridge to the south, and follow the path north. Shayzien ensures justice and safety for the entirety of Kourend from the constant threat of the lizardmen. They have highly trained medics who heal their soldiers. Their soldiers are strictly trained and disciplined. Their words are law, order, and defense. Keep following the path as it turns into a stone path. She says Shayzien favor should be gained because it allows you to wear Shayzien armor. And enter the general store to the east, and talk to Horace. Select option 4 and 3. He says that Hosidius is filled with keen and skilled farmers led by Candor Hosidius, whose intelligent resourcefulness ensures optimal agricultural production. Okay, then run back north. They use teamwork and cooperation to provide all the food and herbs for Kourend. The reward for this work is access to their kitchens, spirit tree patch, and tithe farm. Take the eastern path, and then take the first dock that you see to the east, and follow it all the way east about halfway down. Talk to Veos, and select option 4. When your first task was complete, you both were spoken to by a strange, disembodied voice that unsettled the both of you. Okay, now use your game's necklace to teleport to Wintertodd. And then run south. You're greatly offended that your mind was entered without your permission, and worried that using the quill could have severely damaged your hand. And follow the path to the west. Veos says that the client sends his apologies, but something you said about the Dark Altar earlier provoked emotion. The client is actually pleased that it was brought up, and asks for one last thing. He wants you to activate the mysterious orb next to the Dark Altar. If you've brought your 80k, then go south here and talk to Trasa and give him that 80k, and he will unlock that fairy ring for you that you can access by using the code CIS. Right near the Dark Altar, activate your mysterious orb, and it will shatter. Now let's teleport back to Draenor using our Amulet of Glory, and then run west back to Port Sarim. Right-click on Veos and select Port Piscarilius. Cross the gangplank and talk to Veos one final time and select option 4. You say enough is enough, and you're done working for the client. Veos is then possessed by the client, who says you have done enough and your deeds will not go unthanked. The client says it's nice that you worry about Veos, but he is of good use to him, so the client will make sure he's fine. That is your quest completed. You are awarded 1 quest point, 2 antique lamps, a favor certificate that'll give you 20% favor in any house of your choosing, and Caress memoirs, which will allow you to teleport around Kourend. The client refuses to reveal his identity. He says he will not do so until the time is right. And when the time comes, we'll know why he had us do this. Alrighty folks, that is all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.